Welcome back out to the bench in the backyard. It is wiring season, and I've got quite a few trees that I need to get wiring. So this little Precumbens Nana Juniper, I got it middle of the summer. I was just over at Lowe's and saw this thing. It was spread out there. It had a good bit of mass here as well, but I saw these two wings sticking out, and I was like, oh, I could probably turn that into something, maybe use one of them. I got started cleaning up the top right here. I should have videoed it, but I wasn't thinking, and everything is coming out on this side of the tree except for this one right here. So I was like, what am I going to do with that? And so my plan now is I'm going to be rafting this. So I'll plant it as a raft style. I'm going to score this underside of the trunk and try and turn it into a raft. So what I need to do is wire this, get all these branches set so that in the spring, coming up after the winter, I'll be able to plant it and do some final work on it. So I know my biggest thing is going to be getting each of the trunks to where they need to be. So this one's going to have to bend around and come out this way, and the rest of them I'll just need to separate and get them going into a certain direction. Normally when you see stuff like this, a tree that has fallen over and grown out from the trunk, everything will be kind of twisted and formed in the same direction. And since I need to turn this one right here over this way, I could, it doesn't want to bend that way, but if I twist it this way, we'll be good. So I know I need to twist all of them that direction as I am setting them in place. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. I might do another couple of plants in the same video just to kind of not kill y'all with nothing but wiring videos for 6 months, just because I've got a lot of plants to wire. So I probably won't wire all of them, but well, on video I'm going to wire all of them that I need to wire. I've got like 5 or 6 Nana junipers. I've got a chinensis, and then my blue mountain junipers all need to be done as well as all of my other plants. So that's what I'm going to be working on today, and I'll move y'all around so that you can actually see what I'm doing, and then we'll get into it. All right, so we're back out here with this Precumbens. So you see all the way from here to here, it's all on the same plane, and that's what made me think of this in the first place. So what I need to do is come in here and just clean up the bottom inch or so, 2 inches of what what is going to be this trunk. Because if you think, I mean, it's the branch, but it's going to be the trunk because we're doing it as a raft later on. So from right here, this is where it's going to be coming up out of the pot. So we just need to clean that up. It's got a lot on it. I guess we'll clean that one out too. All right. That should be all of the cutting we need to do, because that's the only one. Is from right there. This one's going to be coming out. So this is the bottom of that trunk. That's the bottom of that one. And then that's the bottom of that one. So the rest of that's all cleaned up enough. So the only thing we'll need to do now is wire it out. And then, so yeah. This, we're going to wire this all the way over to here. Then we're going to wire this part to this part, which is a little bit shorter. And then the rest of this, that leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4 branches. So, no, that leaves us 3. Because I can't count. 1, 2. Trying to just plan out my wiring. That way I know what I need to wire where. Okay, so there's 2 on this center one right here that can take some wire. So this to the end, this to that. This second one on this branch to this one, actually no, probably to this. Well, yeah, I probably need to wire that so that I might be able to get a little bit of twist on this branch. So basically, the way it's going to be sitting will be like that, with this one kind of turned up. And so what we need to do is we need to get these all on different planes. So one coming up, one going down. This one, we'll figure it out when we get all the wire on. All right. So right now what I'm using is a 4mm wire. Because we're going to be doubling up on this one, that should be plenty. Like the way you can check is take about the last inch of wire and then lift up on the branch that you want to move. If the branch moves and the wire doesn't bend, it's still straight, then you know that that wire is enough to bend that branch. That goes for aluminum wire. Copper is going to be a little bit different because you're work hardening the copper. And so, I mean, you could work harden a tip and then check that way and then just not use that tip because it's already been work hardened and it's going to be a pain in the butt to work with. But all I use, I mean, I've only been doing this for a year, so all I basically use is aluminum because I'm not wanting to spend that kind of money on copper wire. Especially something where I'm not worried about it. It's not going to be a show tree. All of these trees are in development, so and then with these nanas, like they're pretty prickly, so we're just trying to get in and around and not get stabbed as much as possible. Alright, so there's that one. Alright, and so we know we need to turn this one this way, so the wire needs to be going in that direction. So we need to come up underneath so that as we're twisting it, the wire will actually tighten on the trunk or branch or whatever you want to call it. We're just trying not to trap any of this foliage. Sorry, I'm out of frame. My bad. So when you're using like a big gauge wire on something this small, you got to make sure that you're supporting both the wire and the tree. All right, so that's that one. And that way, as we twist, that wire is just going to get tighter and not looser. And just as we're getting this done, I can kind of move these bigger branches out of the way. That way I'm not struggling to get through it. All right, same wire. Well, different wire, same size. We're gonna come on this guy. All right, and with this one, we want to make sure that we're following the wire. We'll want two together out here. So we need to get around here. So we need to be on the top of this wire. Right? Yeah, because we want to come on this side. We want this to come around like that and follow this wire, and then we'll follow it exactly. We'll go so where this is coming up and over, just want to kind of lock that in, and then this is going to come down all the way around that whole trunk, and then this goes up and onto this. And then if you get any place where you can't get around a piece of foliage, you can always just come in with your scissors and snip it off. I mean, these are pretty full. I didn't take a whole lot off, like I said. All I did was clean up this little knuckle, and I was like, oh my goodness, I think I'm going to turn that into a raft. And so I kind of quit working on it and just let it go. A little bit of crotch growth down in here. All right, so that's two done. And I guess I can wire this with this one and then these two together. So bring it around like this. I'm going to be wiring this with this, or no, with this one, and then I'm going to wire this with this. So this one right here goes to this one, and this one over here goes to this one. Those I can go down a size, I think. And remember, this one, since we're coming from here, the main thing is going to be, can I move this one? I think I can. So yeah, Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wire these Whoops, should have come on the bottom of that one. It'll be alright. Just jumping over a wire. This one I can actually jump down. Alright, so that's the wiring on this one. So the first thing that we need to do is work on getting this one set. Make sure it's still in the same plane. Alright, so it's going to be sitting at that level. So that's turned over. Then we can just make sure that we work some movement into each of the branches. And all we're worried about on this one is just getting each of these branches set. All right. So something along those lines. Obviously, when we plant this, we're going to come in, clean everything up. Once we can take off the top of this root ball or root mass, I can bring some of these further this way. But the main thing today was trying to get this one right here turned up so that it is pointed in the right direction and we won't have anything that won't be growing on the bottom. Those are done. All right, so yeah, it'll be sitting at ground level like that. And so this one needs to come this way a little bit. Yeah, it'll be something like that. And this way, everything's out of the way when we go to plant it in the spring. Alright, so the top of this bucket's going to need to come off right at the line. That's what we're doing. All right, so that is what we're going to doing for that for the day. Sorry. So yeah. Till the next time I see y'all out at the bench in the backyard, just remember, take your own big, but keep them small.